Hello and welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Dash, presented by Verizon. Another hot one here right off the presses. Let's get in.
Week 3, man, we're about to close the first round robin in week 3. I know they already threw the first slide up, but we got some business to take care of. YouTube.com/LCS. Go to it, click the subscribe button, get it done. It ain't that hard. And after you do that, come back and click play on this video. Great, let's do it. More impressive week, TSM or Dignitas. They both went 3-0, Kobe. Which one did you like more?
They did. So I think right now you're weighing, is it more impressive that TSM got their upset over Team Liquid or Dignitas are doing the different character every time for Dignitas, for Dardoch?
Well, those aren't strong cases. I mean, like, one of them feels like a strong case. The other one doesn't so much, if I'm being honest. And if you're lawyering,
pretty cool.
The one is pretty cool, Kobe. But if you're lawyering me in this situation, I'm going with TSM then, based on the arguments you just presented. I definitely feel like also the manner in which they've turned around, I think the team as a whole just looks stronger. Where I do feel like Dignitas is still getting away with a few things, and so much of their success hinges on that singular player in Dardoch. And so I guess he had an impressive week. But I would say it's more I'd say he had an impressive week more than Dignitas versus TSM as a whole, I think.
So strength of schedule is on TSM side. I actually do think that it's a really cool story for Dignitas where Fake Gods, Soligo are finally getting their chances to shine. I thought Soligo was really big in their victory as well. Aphromoo is raising up another of the new AD carries in Neo, and they're having a lot of success. So it's a good story to go along with the champion Izzy thing. But honestly, I think that the strength of schedule with the 3-0, I'm going to give it to TSM, but you got your eyes on Dignitas now. Coming in to this week, 4-2, this is big news for them.
Yeah, don't slow down, Dig. Don't stop on our account. Keep it going. Keep that narrative going, all right? And I'll be a continued fan. Slide 2.
More lackluster start, Jiizuke or Jensen? So this, I would say this last week, because start overall, I thought for both of them was quite good. I think it's been more recent than just the start is the decline, is the last weekend that because last weekend we just saw Jiizuke double inting under tower, the same tower back to back in consecutive plays. Jensen in 2 of the games this weekend had some pretty rough games. I know a lot of people pointing fingers at the Zoe game specifically. So if we just pinpointed on this weekend.
Yeah, okay. See, I struggle with that because the start is still messing with my head here.
I just made some edits here. I'm doing it live,
okay.
James.
So just this last week, you know what? Then I'm actually going to say that Jensen was more lackluster because whether or not you like the luster that Jiizuke was throwing out onto the rift, there was luster, my friend. There was good, there was bad, there was everything in between. We hit the extremes, so in that regard, at least when I watch, I mean, even if you isolate those replays, listen to yours and Flowers' calls. Like, the amount of fun you guys are having watching what he's doing on the rift, good or bad, like, that is enough. That is enough of an argument for me. There's some luster in those plays, my friend.
We're going with luster on it. Okay, I like that. There's no luster in, like, a Miss Zoe bubble.
Right, it's just like, whatever. You're chucking those out willy-nilly all game long,
Jiizuke's got style. Bang, 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 under the tower.
I don't care if it hits or not. He's making a lot of noise. There's a lot of color out there.
I'm sold. You got me. Next slide.
Slide 3. Let's go. Better mid lane marksman, Tristana or Lucian? Yeah, Trist popped up a couple times this week. What'd you think of it? Didn't really impress me, to be honest.
I really like playing Tristana when I autofill AD carry right now. And as far as better mid lane marksman, I still think I give the edge to Lucian for a bit more pressure in lane. But Tristana brings the added explosive shot. You can take plates, you can rotate her around, try and get outer turrets down quickly. I really think Tristana mid is on the rise. I would still probably, if you put it to me for my solo queue, for most matchups, like the Lucian mid, because you can definitely, as a jungler, pressure really hard with that. But I think Tristana right there with him.
Yeah, in most cases, I defer to the pro players, obviously, right? They're picking Tristana for a reason. It must be strong. If you're asking me this question, though, very much like you, Kobe, if I'm in the mid lane for solo queue, that Lucian would be the first one that I pick up. I have more confidence playing this champion. I think from the word go, he can be more aggressive and oppressive versus Tristana, who definitely has the ability to scale more comfortably later, so probably makes her better in pro play and has the turret pushing for those reasons. But yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna trust the pros. I'm going Tristana's better in the mid lane. If
the pros are still playing Lucian
I'm
mid,
playing Lucian.
my friend also.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right,
I'm going Trist. I like it. I like it. I like it as well.
Okay.
Push the wave easy. Go roam. Go roam. She's great diving with resets. All right. Moving on.
Next slide. She does have more self-peel. Dardoch's A to Z Jungle Challenge. Brilliant Mastermind, or is it just YOLO? I think it does have a certain marketing appeal for him specifically.
Definitely.
So it's not just strategy, right? There's no way you're arguing that it's just strategy at this point. They're trying to fit it into a degree. Some of them are really good spots. The Kayn game, Blue Kayn versus 4.5 range, with Gnar being the only one that goes melee some of the time and them being all squishies, is actually a really good pick right there.
Yeah.
And it happens to fit into a different champion every time. Some of the other ones, like the Rengar specifically, not so much. So it's definitely I would say more YOLO than Brilliant Mastermind, but it's not completely, right? There's definitely method to the madness.
I'm gonna hard disagree with you on this one. I think it's a brilliant Mastermind move, 100% all the way, and I'll tell you why. Because it achieves everything that you just said. In some cases, it is a very smart strategical decision. In some cases, it's an amazing branding decision by keeping that idea of Dardoch being a lone wolf and doing what he wants and solo carrying games alive. So I think it kind of, at different times, it checks different boxes, but therefore only the most brilliant of masterminds could have pieced this all together in this way. To have the narrative still alive halfway through the season, to have a Dignitas that's surprising everybody at 4-2, it's a mastermind at work right there, Dardoch.
5 head. I changed my mind then. I'm back on.
All right. Slide number 5. Let's see what we got here. More hype week 3 matchup. TSM versus 100 Thieves or TL versus Cloud9. Why are you going to make me choose between these two?
So this one's pretty interesting because TL stocks a little petering out here in the last weekend, whereas TSM is on the rise.
True fact.
And meanwhile, we've got these are both the first place teams, 100 Thieves and Cloud9, sitting at the top of the table. So
but C9 lost to EG. Right, like we've had traded wins and kind of a triangle up there anyway. Just makes everything kind of questionable.
Honestly, for me, I'm going to say the lock-in finals rematch is more hype. Team Liquid versus Cloud9. I think that the TSM 100 Thieves one is super hype, but we got already a best of 5 of this, and it went all 5 games. I think the next chapter is going to be lit.
Yeah, God, that's hard to argue against. I was not expecting you to bring up the rematch of the lock-in finals. I am going to try and argue for this, though, TSM versus 100 Thieves. And part of that is because we've already seen what TL and Cloud9 look like against each other. And while it was definitely very exciting, I have a lot of faith that TL will turn around this disappointing week that they've had with the star power that they have on that roster. But what is really exciting about the TSM 100 Thieves matchup is the difference between the TSM that we saw in Lock-In and the TSM now. And so I think there's a little bit more unknown in this matchup, and part of what makes it more exciting for me, I want to know, can TSM keep pushing this upper echelon of teams? Can they break into what we kind of viewed as the top 3 in playing 100 Thieves? So I think the unknown is what makes it exciting.
Up, or is it crash and burn time?
Right, exactly. It could all flip on its head again, and then everyone could have the pitchforks out over TSM, and I guess that's still exciting either way. But
all right, I'm sticking with my finals rematch. Next slide, what do we got? Better washed up veteran at the moment. It's Aphromoo for me. Yes, Huni has evened it out, but I think that Aphromoo has been killing it. Last year, the year before, we're calling for this man's retirement over. Honestly, he has done such a good job with so many different young AD carries. That's the other part of it. You keep switching them out, he keeps building them up. Neo's looking great now too.
Yeah, no, 100% aligned on this. When you sign Huni, you know what you're going to get. I know that he was dominant at a period of time in his career, but he was also, it was a team of dominance in those times when he had those crazy regular season records. He, as an individual, was always a risk taker. You always knew you were going to have high highs and low lows. And so, yes, you're still going to get that.
Who looks better on Rambo's body? I think Aphromoo wins that one too.
No, I think because Huni's he's got the chin. He's got the. I think there's more of the correct attitude in the body.
Okay. Aphromoo smiling too much. Okay,
right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'll give Huni the Rambo pull off, but I'm with you. I think Aphromoo has time and time again. People have called for his retirement and said this is the end of his career, and he keeps coming back and proving people wrong, and I absolutely love that.
All right, number 7.
One more slide to go. More likely to win a game, 5 support mains or 5 jungle mains? Obviously 5 jungle mains.
Yeah, biggest brains, right?
Duh.
We're super biased right here. You got 2 jungle mains voting in the jungle versus support. Honestly, I feel like jungles off-roll a lot of different roles.
Yeah.
But when you have supports, they're almost always they'll just play AD carry, and then they'll try and play like Senna AD carry or Seraphine AD carry or something like that. I think supports would have a hard time filling the jungle role, whereas jungles would be able to fill the other ones.
No, it's a perfectly logical answer. Just like literally math it out. There are less support mains in the game than any other role out there. And so think about it. What do you get autofilled to? You get autofilled to support most often. Jungle second most. I'll give that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know about checking in on those numbers.
No, but I mean, I would take a bet that, autofill to support more than anything else. And so just by virtue of that, right, where it's like support, if you're a main support, you're going to have so little experience playing other roles. At least Kobe and I probably get autofilled into lanes occasionally and have to play different parts of the map. And then even just as a jungler, understanding the flow of the game in lane states, I think generally they'll have a better time maybe adapting to the way to play around a meta or a lane and not get ganked by the opposing jungler. If I'm top lane, I know timers, so I can still kind of play around not dying or losing the lane. It's got to be junglers.
Sorry, all support mains out there. We don't have anyone here who can represent your side of the argument.
Yeah.
No, you don't have a side of the argument. Too bad. Jugglers get to say.
But yeah, all those in favor vote aye. Aye. And nays? 0 for the nays. Okay, junglers win.
Wrap it up. Let's see next week. Maybe we could get a call in, phone a friend. Support may come on here, give the case. Tune into the LCS. We will be there this week for the finals of the lock-in rematch. That's going to be a spicy one. But we got 5 games every single day. We never stop now. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
We don't. Never ends. No. We end the first round robin. Going to be a ton of fun.